There's a new edition of Warhammer 40k coming out in the summer. Apparently there's going to be a lot of new, fairly big changes to it. And I haven't played 40k since probably 6th, maybe 7th edition. And Combat Patrol that came out, that was introduced in 9th, intrigued me. But the rumours that are coming out about how Combat Patrol will be played for 10th means I might get back into it. So they've been talking about the 10th edition and some of the interesting developments that are going to be changing. And Combat Patrol was one of the things they talked about recently, and that piqued my interest quite a bit, because whilst I'm not really interested in building massive armies for 40k, the Combat Patrol idea does intrigue me, that I don't need to build a massive army. I can just pick a Combat Patrol box off the shelf and that's all I will need to play. The other thing I quite like that they've talked about is the data sheets. Is that you will only need to have data sheets for your units. And now I play Flames of War, and they basically have that format where you get a data sheet for each of your units, and all the information that you need is on this one card. Now, what Flames of War does is they provide the data sheets in the starter box, in each of the starter box, for every single unit that's available in that starter box. I suspect that won't happen with Games Workshop, and you'll have to buy a pack. Now, you can buy packs for 40k like this, and that'll have every single unit available for that particular army for that particular period of the Second World War. And I suspect that's what they'll probably do for 40k, is that each army will have its own pack that you buy separately, and that'll be full of all the data sheets of every single unit you could possibly have. Which is not a massive issue. It's no different to having to buy a codex. But it does mean that all I need, if I've got 6 units, I only need 6 cards. And that's where all my special rules are held. That's with all the information for that unit, and I quite like that. And I'll only need the core rules. I won't need book after book after book, which is what put me off for 40k in more recently, is that you spend more time looking through books for rules, because there's so many rules you can't remember everything. So you take your core book, your army book, if it's you're using rules for a specific campaign, or you've got those, you just spend so much time wasted running through books trying to clarify a rule, or because you can't remember everything. Whereas this system makes life a lot easier, and I quite like the fact they're bringing this system into 40k, where you're using a data sheet card, where all the information is on that card. And so yeah, I quite like that. And with the pricing of the Combat Patrol boxes, it's quite easy buy-in into 40k now, and it's a reasonable price. I don't need to buy massive armies. In the past I had 5, 6, 7,000 point armies, and that was cost prohibitive if you're starting from scratch or you're new. Whereas a Combat Patrol, get it off the shelf, and that's all you need to play. And I quite like that, and it means I don't need to go beyond a Combat Patrol. I could get another one for another army, another faction. So I'm quite liking that, and that's probably going to pull me back into 40k, and more than any other thing out there that's coming out in 10th, that's come out in previous editions. Nothing really interests me until they brought Combat Patrol in 9th, and I was thinking of going back to to 40k through Combat Patrol in 9th edition, and I just never got around to it. And now they're bringing out 10th, and the new aspects for 10th intrigue me even more than they did in 9th. So I'm probably going to pick up Combat Patrols over the summer, probably Astra Militarum, maybe NIDS, I might even go Tower Eldar. But it means I can play more than one faction. The buy-in isn't huge from those, and I don't need to buy it all in one go. I can pick up one of those Combat Patrols, build it, paint it, and then start playing it, and then buy the next one. And whilst I'm playing the first one I've picked up, I'm building and painting the second faction or Combat Patrol that I've picked up. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what else comes out about the new edition, and I'll probably jump into it in the summer when it comes out. So yeah, let me know what new aspects of 10th edition 40k you're looking forward to, and then write them down in the comments below. I'm looking forward to Combat Patrol and the data sheets and some of the new aspects around Combat Patrol. But what are you looking forward to? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.